Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Tuesday, May 5, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, if a domestic worker files a complaint, should inspectors enter your home? $20 fuel relief coming, but only for Belize rural central voters. And 2 Belize City men injured in armed pursuit on Philip Golson Highway. We'll take our first break and return with the news in detail.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP. 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
As a small business, I started to attend pop-up shops like many other businesses, and we found that our customers wanted to pay by card and not cash. I went to Atlantic Bank, and immediately, without a problem, it's like, yes, you can have a POS system. That POS system we now use in-house, and we can also take it countrywide wherever we are. They were willing to take the time. They were willing to be patient with us as we grew our business, and that, for us, that meant the world.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
Have a vision? We've got what you need. From idea to install. Brothers Habet, all your building needs under one roof.
It was less than 4 years ago that the Belize Fund opened its doors and awarded grants under its first grant cycle. And that grant cycle focused a lot on marine protected areas, ocean conservation, and giving support to those, primarily to our co-managers and well-established entities.
These projects together reflect our shared vision, not only about the Belize Fund, not only about these communities, but of Belize on a whole. And importantly, they reinforce the idea that lasting impact is not achieved in isolation, but it's achieved through collaboration, shared responsibility, and an enduring partnership.
For this grant, we are building a compliance and stewardship circle to be able to engage those stakeholders. It gives an informal platform for those stakeholders to be able to share with us what challenges are they having on the ground, what are they seeing on the ground with respect to fisheries management, to share with TASA what solutions they may have.
The barrier that my business has reached is the ability to produce as much as my customers order, but the space that I've been using for the last decade is the space under my house. I've been personally investing in building a larger facility so I could produce more soap, but it takes forever. So with this project, Belize Fund is helping me finish the entire building. It's an investment in positivity, man. It's an investment in local businesses. Because for me, it's not just my business, because every ingredient comes from a different, smaller business. And so it's all of us together get a boost to increase productivity here in Belize. A rising tide lifts all boats, so all we could come up together.
Belize, your voice is shaping our future. The Ministry of E-Governance is hosting National ID Project public consultations, and we're coming to you. Orange Walk, you're up first. Thursday, April 23rd at Central Park, 6 p.m. Come, learn, share, and help build a better ID system for all Belize. Then Belize City, it's your turn. Join us Friday, April 24th at the Biltmore Plaza at 5:30 p.m. Show up, speak up, because your voice matters in creating a smarter, more connected Belize.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. The Occupational Safety and Health Bill, known as the OSH Bill, was held up in the Senate after lead opposition Senator Patrick Faber highlighted that thousands of Belizeans, primarily women, would be exempted from their workplace being inspected and a complaint is filed.
This act does not apply to any owner or occupier of a private residence, the surrounding land, or any associated property where a domestic worker provides domestic work. That clause exempts thousands of Belizean workers. Overwhelmingly, too, Mr. President. So when you make a bill like this and you say, yes, but not domestic workers, we have to ask ourselves, Mr. President, who are the domestic workers? Says it's a person engaged in domestic work under the terms of an employment relationship. The domestic worker in this bill is not protected from harassment. She is not protected, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, from exposure to cleaning chemicals. She's not entitled to, Mr. President, to a written risk assessment under this act. She has no right, Mr. President, as all the other workers get under this act, an opportunity to refuse unsafe work. No inspector, Mr. President, can enter her workplace because her workplace, in the eyes of the bill, is simply not considered to be a workplace. What the bill considers it to be, Mr. President, is a private residence. The critics of the bill, or of this particular issue, will say that the inspection of private residences raise constitutional concerns. But, Mr. President, the International Labour Organization has long since worked through these tensions. There's a way around that. And we must find out what that way is in order to give our domestic workers the protection that they need.
Here is a repeat of the response by Labor Minister Karim Musa.
I hope that is only a hiccup, but the issue that is raised is one specific issue, that is domestic workers in households. So the legislation, as it is currently drafted, covers domestics who work for companies, domestics who work for the government. But in terms of enforcing and inspecting households, because we're looking now at domestics working in households, it was discussed that, like I said, all the consultations, that might have been something very difficult. We're not against reviewing it at all. If it is a position after hearing all the facts and hearing all the deliberations that the senators believe should be made an amendment, they have the power to make that amendment and propose it to us. But at the time it was considered, when the final draft was made, it seemed a bit unreasonable that every single household can be inspected in terms of domestics. There will still be the requirement in terms of protecting domestics who work in households, but to include it in the law as one of the inspection sites for all the labor officers, it's a lot.
UDP Belize Rural Central caretaker Edward Broster is offering voters relief from the gas pain. Starting Friday, motorists can get up to $20 off their fuel purchase until his funds run out.
It's not just only fuel, it's goods and services. So we had to brainstorm to come up with a strategy to try and do a little relief, but also send a message to the government. When this Prime Minister was in opposition, he was boasting that the powers that be are attorneys, they're not businessmen, and they can reduce the fuel price by so much and so forth. And now that he's in government, he refuses to reduce the fuel price. Instead, he kept increasing the fuel prices before the war, so that he cannot reduce the price of the fuel. Then why give multi-million-dollar companies tax breaks? Why give friends tax breaks? Why give other companies tax breaks? And then saddle the working class with the taxes on fuel and say, to hell, we don't know, we can't reduce the tax.
You would agree that after the war, prices did shoot up as a result?
Yes, prices did shoot up as a result of the war. I'm not disputing that. But he has been raising the price of fuel constantly before the war.
Now talk to us specifically about the initiative.
Well, we're going to reduce the fuel price by $2 per gallon, 8 o'clock Friday morning for the residents of the Belize Rural Central. They will come, produce their ID that they're registered in Belize Rural Central, and they'll be able to fill up to a maximum of 10 gallons of fuel at a reduced price of $2 per gallon at Northern Gas Station in Ladyville.
And that's in partnership with the gas station?
No.
So then you're saying until the funds are depleted, how much funds are you talking about?
I will not disclose how many funds we have for this operation, but
so then like how many people do you think will be impacted?
A significant amount of people will be impacted.
Red or blue?
Red or blue, and this is the thing.
Or green or whatever color, right?
Once you register in Belize Rural Central, you get it, because red, it's not only red feeling the pinch, it's not only blue feeling the pinch, it's Belizeans feeling the pinch. And if this Prime Minister have any love for Belizeans, he will reduce the price of fuel.
2 men were injured in a high-speed chase on the Philip Golson Highway at around 3 this afternoon. Preliminary information indicates that the men have been identified as Hubert Baptist and Eric Frazier from the Lake Independence area of Belize City. They were traveling in a maroon SUV when they were targeted by a gunman in the passenger seat of another vehicle. The assailant leaned out and fired over a dozen shots, causing the driver of the SUV to lose control. The vehicle flipped and ran off the road. Our reports are that Baptist is undergoing treatment. On Friday morning around 8:30, a body was discovered floating in Hollover Creek near Northfront Street in Belize City near a water taxi terminal. The deceased has been identified by a relative as 53-year-old Eldon Edward Solomon of Dangriga Stan Creek. On Monday, ACP Roberto Romero told the media that the body was observed with a swollen face and a small cut wound behind the right ear. The investigation into his death continues. Meanwhile, in the south, a male motorcyclist is dead following a road traffic accident this afternoon at the junction of San Juan Cowpen Road along the Thomas Vincent Ramos Highway in the Stan Creek district. Preliminary reports indicate the collision involved a motorcycle and a gray passenger car. According to eyewitnesses, the victim was initially alive following the impact but succumbed to his injuries before emergency medical services arrived, noting that the ambulance took a significant amount of time to reach the location. The identity of the deceased has not yet been made public. Police are investigating the incident. After the break, how soon will the PUC deliver its decision on BTL's proposed SpeedNet buyout? Stay with us.
Every day, we access energy for cooling, lighting, and powering our electrical appliances and devices at work and at home. During cooler months, we rely less on cooling appliances such as fans and air conditioners. However, during warmer months, as the temperature and humidity rises, we use more energy to cool our spaces, and our appliances and electrical devices work harder than they do during the rest of the year. When the months become hotter, let's all practice energy conservation. Here are a few changes that you can make to manage your energy use. Check that all appliances and electrical devices are working efficiently. Turn lights off when not in the room. Unplug chargers, appliances when not in use. Turn off fans and TVs. Use energy-saving light bulbs such as LEDs. And look for the Energy Star products when purchasing appliances and electrical devices. These easy changes can reduce energy use and costs. You can also monitor your energy use during the month by reading your meter and calculating the reading using BEL's bill calculator on our mobile app or by visiting our website. Let's all save energy.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
The period for submission of comments to the Public Utilities Commission on DTL's proposed buyout of SpeedNet ended on April 13. At the end of April, the PUC published a compilation of comments in a 22-page document. There were a total of 7 submissions, including from Channel 7's Jules Vasquez, the 4 independent senators, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize, and the People's Constitution Commissioner for the Young Leaders Alliance of Belize. None of these submissions were in favor of the acquisition. The PUC is now reviewing all submissions and relevant documentation based on applicable regulations before reaching a decision. Here is the PUC's Communications and Consumer Affairs Manager, Sheena Garnett.
The PUC's position at this moment is that all comments, relevant documentation, and submissions from all parties involved in this proposed acquisition are currently under review, and we are doing it in accordance with the regulations that govern these transactions. We are applying a thorough process, and a decision will be made and shared based on the applicable legal framework in due course.
The Ministry of Disaster Risk Management, using data gathered by the National Meteorological Service, is predicting a prolonged drought period this year that is expected to hit farmers more severely than last year's drought. In collaboration with the United Nations World Food Programme, select farmers from Orange Walk, Corozal, and Cayo will receive cash assistance to prepare for the dry period. Minister of Disaster Risk Management Honorable Henry Usher shared more details about the initiative.
Yes, so what the release is referring to is a collaboration between the United Nations World Food Programme, the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and the National Met Service. Now, the role of the National Met Service was to utilize the data that was available to them, or is available to them, analyze it and make a prediction as to what they believe will be an extended drought. So this anticipatory action mechanism is being triggered now, and it is to assist farmers in 3 districts, Orange Walk, Corozal, and Cayo. They will receive assistance ahead of the prolonged drought, as is anticipated, and it is in the form of a cash advance, which can be used as the release speaks to, I believe, water storage equipment, irrigation supplies, even drought-tolerant seeds. So the assessment and the determination of the farmers that will be part of this program was done by the World Food Programme before, and these are the farmers that will be targeted, the small farmers that will be assisted with this anticipatory action cash advance.
What's the total that we're looking at per farmer?
In terms of the total and how many in each district, that would probably be with the Ministry of Agriculture. They are the ones that will be running the operations in terms of getting assistance to the farmers. Remember, from our side, from the National Met Service, it was only to utilize the data that was there to make that determination. So once the National Met Service has made a determination and that predicting that there will be a prolonged drought, that is why this mechanism has been triggered.
Last Monday, the Senate approved the DNA bill meant to support crime fighting. Among others, the legislation sets out when someone's DNA profile, each human being's unique identifier, can be collected. Belize is establishing a national forensic DNA database, and while some senators raised civil liberty concerns, Church Senator Louis Wade, a former science teacher, stated, quote, "If you are not a criminal, you would welcome a DNA bank," end quote.
DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA, these
extremely complex protein. They mark you individually from you are a child to the end of your life. So that when the DNA evidence says it is you, it is you. Our conviction rate needs to go up. And the cry on the street is for justice. Because if more justice takes place in our courts, then there will be less street justice. The Bible has a verse which says, it said, the wicked run when no one chaseth. You see, because if you commit a crime, you could tell everybody that you never commit the crime. But when you hear that siren, your heart beat fast. Man, if you are not a criminal, and if you are not a criminal-minded person, you would welcome a DNA bank. DNA is a two-edged sword. It is not right just to see it as something that's going to convict people. It will also set innocent people free. I'm not afraid to say use my DNA. We have too many guilty people in this country that are walking free. The monsters, I call them, that have killed multiple times to the point that you just get $100, $200, There's so many monsters out there that the price to get the assassin is so low. You know what? Bring the science, bring the DNA, bring the data bank, and let us populate it so that these guilty people who are parading around as if they are innocent and they not broke no egg could finally get their day in court, and that the science will speak, and that no brilliant academic legal argument will get them off the hook to commit murder again. Help to populate the DNA bank, because if you do not commit crime, you have nothing to fear, because it is 99.9% accurate.
Minister of Labor Honorable Kareem Musa served as the keynote speaker during Friday's Labor Day rally organized by the National Trade Union Congress of Belize. He addressed a crowd of union members and leaders. Musa began by acknowledging the uncomfortable honor of speaking at the rally as the sitting labor minister, where some members called him out, but emphasized that he welcomes the challenge of balancing government policy with labor advocacy. During his address, the minister provided a progress report on the ongoing review of the Labor Act. He praised the various unions for their persistent role in the legislative process, noting that their advocacy is vital in ensuring that significant reforms are realized.
I am pleased to report that the comprehensive review of our quite ancient Labor Act is now underway. This process updates the law to reflect present-day realities, strengthen enforcement, improve dispute resolution, and address issues such as migrant labor, child labor, and evolving employment arrangements. The goal remains a framework that is clear, balanced, and practical for both workers and employers. Belize is also advancing the Decent Work Country Program for the period 2024 to 2029 in partnership with the International Labour Organization and national stakeholders. This program supports labor institutions, encourages dialogue among government, employers, and workers, and expands access to decent work across the country. Workplace safety, as Brother Luke said, we have to rush the hush. I know we had a poll back in the Senate this past week, but I am confident that those are issues that we can resolve quickly, because at the end of the day, we have to protect our workers and ensure that they are safe.
After the break, Northern Company makes proposal to start sustainable sargassum industry, and Despite heat and humidity, preliminary figures show over 30,000 visited Agric Show. Stay tuned.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
As a small business, I started to attend pop-up shops like many other businesses, and we found that our customers wanted to pay by card and not cash. I went to Atlantic Bank, and immediately, without a problem, it's like, yes, you can have a POS system. That POS system we now use in-house, and we can also take it countrywide wherever we are. They were willing to take the time. They were willing to be patient with us as we grew our business, and that, for us, that meant the world.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
In May, make Benny's your one-stop shop for appliances. We have Sankey refrigerators, stoves, microwaves, washers and dryers, freezers, smart TVs, and so much more for up to 19% off. Get amazing deals for mom and appliances all May long, and don't forget your B-Bucks whenever you make a purchase to be a part of our Homecation raffle to win $10,000 in December. Benny's, quality and savings.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
It was less than 4 years ago that the Belize Fund opened its doors and awarded grants under its first grant cycle. And that grant cycle focused a lot on marine protected areas, ocean conservation, and giving support to those, primarily to our co-managers and well-established entities.
These projects together reflect our shared vision, not only about the Belize Fund, not only about these communities, but of Belize on a whole. And importantly, they reinforce the idea that lasting impact is not achieved in isolation, but it's achieved through collaboration, shared responsibility, and an enduring partnership.
For this grant, we are building a compliance and stewardship circle to be able to engage those stakeholders. It gives an informal platform for those stakeholders to be able to share with us what challenges are they having on the ground, what are they seeing on the ground with respect to fisheries management, to share with us what solutions they may have
The barrier that my business has reached is the ability to produce as much as my customers order, but the space that I've been using for the last decade is the space under my house. I've been personally investing in building a larger facility so I could produce more soap, but it takes forever. So with this project, Belize Fund is helping me finish the entire building. It's an investment in positivity, man. It's an investment in local businesses. Because for me, it's not just my business, because every ingredient comes from a different, smaller business. And so it's all of us together get a boost to increase productivity here in Belize. A rising tide lifts all boats, so all we could come up together.
Building Belize Better Manufacturing Co., BBB, based in Sartaneja, Corozal, proposes turning Belize's sargassum problem into a circular economy industry. BBB co-founder and project director Canadian Gregory Lavalley proposes that his company collects sargassum transported to their Sartaneja processing hub for cleaning and then transport it to their Guinea grass facility to produce eco-friendly construction blocks. He also hopes the company can eventually produce livestock mineral blocks.
Belize is facing a growing challenge with sargassum, but at Building Belize Better, we see it as an opportunity to build a circular economy industry that creates jobs, protects our environment, and strengthens our communities. Our plan is a multi-phase approach, with phase 1 being the establishment of a sargassum processing hub in Sartaneja, where we're going to clean, dry, and prepare the material for safe and consistent use. Phase 2, we convert that material into eco-friendly construction blocks at our Guinea grass facility. In the third phase, we are looking to expand into livestock mineral blocks, creating even more value from the same resource. We expect to collect 3,000 to 5,000 tons of sargassum every year. That's enough to support continuous production while keeping our beaches cleaner and our coastal communities healthier. This project supports Belize by creating sustainable materials, local jobs, and community empowerment. And every year, we commit to donating 5,000 blocks to schools, churches, and community projects. We're also building an outreach and training center so Belizeans can learn new skills and take part in the new green industry.
Lavalley said that before his vision can take off, Building Belize Better needs collaboration with the government and community groups.
To bring this initiative to full scale, we need coordination and collaboration. From the government, we need structured access to sargassum collection sites in alignment with national cleanup efforts. This allows us to operate a closed-loop logistics system where every trip is optimized, reducing fuel use and supporting our goal of reaching a zero carbon footprint by year 5. From the public, we need partnership, community groups, builders, youth seeking training, anyone who wants to be a part of a cleaner, stronger, and more sustainable Belize. This project is designed to lift communities and build national pride, but it works best when we do it together. The initiative is sustainable because it's built on science, efficiency, and a resource that keeps coming. Sargassum is abundant, predictable, and renewable, and we're turning it into long-lasting, high-quality building materials that support homes, farmers, and communities. Our model is fully circular. What washes up on our shores becomes sustainable materials that build our future. And we're committed to achieving a zero carbon footprint by year 5 through solar power, efficient machinery, closed-loop logistics that eliminate wasteful transport. This is not a temporary cleanup effort. It's a long-term, Belize-led solution that creates jobs, protects our environment, and positions Belize as the national and regional leader in circular economy innovation.
Despite the excessive heat and humidity over the weekend, preliminary figures estimate that over 30,000 residents visited the Agric Showgrounds in Belmopan. In 2025, final figures showed an attendance of over 34,000, down from the estimated 41,000 visitors in 2024. Social media comments suggested the crowds on the grounds appeared smaller than in previous years. The show was held under the theme Advancing Smart Agriculture, Building a Climate Resilient and Sustainable Belizean Food System. During his speech for the opening ceremony, Minister of Agriculture Honorable Rodwell Ferguson shared how agriculture plays a big role in Belize's economy.
Agriculture remains the backbone of Belize's economy and identify, and today, more than ever, it must also be the foundation of innovation, resilience, and a sustainable national growth. Last year, 2025, Belize recorded an encouraging growth in GDP. The agriculture sector grew by 5.7%, expanding in value from 841.7 million in 2024 to 889.7 million in 2025. This 48 million growth was recorded even though the Fusarium outbreak in the north affected our crop productivity. Despite the Fusarium threats, our sugar industry continues to show improvements in efficiency and export performance. This year, the North is expected to produce just over 900,000 tons of canes, while the West production is estimated to be over 700 tons. Between both factories, Belize is expecting to produce over 150,000 metric tons of sugar. Now turning to the citrus sector, we can all agree that despite the long-standing challenges, such as diseases and fluctuation in market prices, this sector continues to be resilient. Deliveries to CPBL and Siriguas processing plant in 2025 increased to 459,587 boxes, and another 131,000 boxes were either exported to Guatemala or consumed locally.
In other police news, police have arrested and charged 21-year-old Brandon Christian Villamil of Belize City in connection with the shooting of 28-year-old Lionel Nigel Logan on April 11 in Ladyville. Villamil was charged with the crimes of attempted murder, use of deadly means of harm, and dangerous harm. Villamil is the second person charged in connection with the shooting. On April 13, police charged 30-year-old Akeem Ferguson of Ladyville with the crimes of attempted murder, use of deadly means of harm, and dangerous harm. National Fire Service personnel were dispatched to a scene of a house fire earlier today in Independence Stand Creek. According to reports, the one-story wood and zinc structure was observed completely engulfed by flames. At this time, it is not known if there were any injuries or if the building was insured. Authorities are investigating the incident. And the Supplies Control Unit, SCU, within the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and New Growth Industries, today announced a reduction in the controlled prices for liquefied petroleum gas, effective Wednesday, May 6. Consumers will see a decrease of 2 cents per gallon compared to previous rates. According to the ministry, this adjustment is primarily the result of a lower acquisition price for the current shipment. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.